What's up, world? Welcome to another episode. We're here with Wilhelmina, Travesty, and Majesty. I gotta do the and Petee G. Petee G.
Yo. What's going on? What's the haps, everybody? How we all doing today?
What up?
Hey. Chilling.
Shout out to Hempstead, 11550.
Oh, shout out to Hempstead.
I had to do that.
All right.
Shout out to Hempstead. What's up? We see you. Strong.
Wow, what's the dealio with that? Shout out to Hempstead. All right.
How am I not going to shout my hometown out, Pete?
Oh, wait a minute. Is the show going to be about Hempstead today?
It's not. But if I'm here, Hempstead is in the building, so that's why I had to do it.
Got Ronkonkoma. Hey.
Ronkonkoma? What up, Ronkonkoma's in the house too?
Hey.
See, sometimes you gotta get the props out. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got a lot of fans in Hempstead, okay, Peter, and I know they watch this show, so I just figured I'd be like, "Yo, what's up, Hempstead?" I see.
Okay, fair enough. No argument from me. Sorry about that. I apologize. All right. Well, listen. You know what? What is going on? What is going on in Kansas City? Anybody hear about what's going on in Kansas City?
Kansas City. Nah. Wow. What's going on?
All right. So you ready for this? A mother of two returned home to her apartment only to find that the entire apartment was completely cleaned out. Everything was gone. They took the refrigerator. Everything was removed. So she went ahead and she complained to the management company, and the management company went ahead and said, you know what, you need to go ahead and call the police because you were obviously robbed now or burglarized.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, but to clean out an entire place?
Yeah, that's an inside job, right?
Well, so I mean,
did they do this in like record timing or something? Did she leave in the morning and come home and everything was gone? Or
and what time span did this occur?
Because it had to look like she was moving. It had to look that way.
She was gone for the weekend, and her, Myron Guthrie, her name is Myron Guthrie. Myron Guthrie came back with her two daughters, not only to find nothing in the apartment, but even the food was gone in the refrigerator, and then the refrigerator was gone, and she just came back after a weekend break. She came back after food shopping to put the food in the fridge. That was stuffed out.
That's weird.
Yo, wait a minute. I'm not like that. That's not funny.
That isn't.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's bizarre though. It is bizarre. It's a bizarre.
That sounds like some type of harassment shit going on or something.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's what basically happened.
No gentrification, but
well, you know what? Gentrification could very well have reared its ugly head in this situation.
Yeah.
However, the situation is this: the management company made the mistake, and the people that were being evicted who already had left, they switched the apartments up. Apparently, it was off by one digit, and they went into this woman's apartment and they threw all of her stuff out. So they're asking for help at this point. So I just wanted to put that out.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, I can't even look. I'll tell you what. If someone came back to my place, I wouldn't mind if somebody helped themselves because there's so much shit here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There is so much. If you want to take some things, be my guest.
All right. You're gonna come limping home day from Ariana's house, and you're gonna be cleaned out. I didn't really mean that. I didn't think they do it. I didn't think they actually do it. That's what you're gonna say, right?
We got it right here. He gave us permission. We were allowed entry.
Well, luckily she's got a nice big house, but my place, forget about it. You know, that this is now officially my podcasting studio. So, you know, if anybody wants to come to the podcasting studio and help themselves, please help me remove some of the clutter. That would be great.
Sell it online.
Well, Khadijah, I'll tell you what, if you want to come with all of your favorite millennials and they want to help themselves do whatever's here, no problem.
Oh, there's a ceremony that you do that you give all the stuff that you love away to all your friends and people that you love. You could do what is it called? What type of party is it called? I forget the name of it.
Is it a moving party?
Huh?
Is it a moving party?
No, it's an actual spiritual cleansing. Like you want to cleanse out, you got a bunch of stuff and it's all like your favorite items, and then you give it away, and then
To your favorite peoples.
yes, and it's like passing on the blessings and the love. But
Wow.
you don't need the stuff, or you still want it, but you could you give it away.
Well, I gotta tell you, I really gotta do something about this place. I mean, it's not cluttered, but I got so much stuff, I gotta get rid of it. It's
All
too
right,
much.
U.S. Roundtable, next shot at Peter's place, and then we coming out with some gifts.
You might not want anything here, to be honest with you. Like I don't want any of this shit.
Like going through it, like what's here? What can I use?
Anyway, one other thing really quickly, because I just want to let everybody know our guest is in the waiting room. But anybody hear about Jay-Z and what he did over the past couple of days?
Oh my God, what?
Jay-Z. Did I hear anything about Jay-Z? I don't think so.
I'm nervous.
What is it?
No, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything bad. It was just strange. Jay-Z opened up an Instagram account, and then immediately 2 million people started following him, and then he deleted it.
Yeah,
then he deleted it.
Yeah, because he said he doesn't do social media, so maybe. Hey.
Well,
It's like I'll try it, and he's like, "Oh, it's too much."
A lot of people a lot of comedians were poking fun at it. They were like, Jay-Z set it up, and then he basically said, "You know what? Never mind," and just deleted it. But 2 million people followed him within like a few, like an hour, I think, when he opened it up. And that happens to be Beyonce's only person that she was following. Because Beyonce, if you go to her Instagram, she doesn't follow anyone, but she was following her husband. And then
he got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
That's probably why he deleted it, because she started following. Who knows?
He's the only one.
Queen B.
So, and the other scenario, from Jay-Z to our boy Kanye West. Now, Kanye West went ahead and finally unfollowed Kim, but even though they apparently are going through a divorce,
getting back together.
Well, he wants to get back together, but she's been seen with that Saturday Night Live star in New York, Pete Davidson. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't even know who the hell Pete Davidson is. I think he's whatever, but he wants to get back together because he hasn't even received any divorce papers yet. But you know what? She's probably done with the guy. I don't even know. So
she became a lawyer.
Hey, listen, why not? Her father was one of OJ's attorneys, right? Robert Kardashian. He was one of OJ's attorneys. So hey, listen, it's in their blood. No, we got PJ the Reptile Model, who's coming on.
I am so excited about this.
I see ya.
There you go.
Woo!
How old?
He's about 3.
3.
He just shed, so I was able to bring him out tonight because he just shed. So, when they're in shed, it's like bears in hibernation and you can't really mess with them. So I went in there and I found a whole bunch of skin in his tank. So I'm like, cool, wait a minute. This is the hard part, handling a big snake, y'all.
He wants to show a lot of love.
Yes. How are you guys doing? I'm so glad to meet you.
Hey, how you doing?
Love your energy.
Yes.
Always like this. I'm always at 100. Ask Pete.
This is very true. Always at 100. Always at 100. And we have PJ the Reptile Model. PJ with her python. That's a yellow python.
He is a lavender glow, and his name is Othello. And yes, this is my baby. Soon as he calms down, he's gonna he's gonna have his face all up in the camera. But right now he's so excited because I have him out. So he's trying to explore.
He's like, yay, I'm free.
right, exactly.
He is so cute.
Thanks so much for having him on as a guest tonight.
Well, we're excited
it's an honor to have both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See, he's showing you.
You don't understand. I love snakes. I think they're so cool.
I'm still trying to figure out how.
He's looking at us now. He's looking in the camera.
Look at Khadijah's like, I'm still haven't figured this out yet. Okay.
I like animals a lot. I think I could have a snake if he had his own part of the house. Like I come in and talk to him. And
And
he's
then
like,
leave
all
him
right, well,
alone.
you're chilling. I'll let you
Stay
do
over
your
there.
thing.
That's funny.
I have lipstick on him. Okay, wait a minute.
Aw.
There
You
we
know
go.
what? I hear snakes are very good listeners, though. So if you need somebody to listen to, I mean, someone to listen to you, apparently snakes are
They're
very.
good listeners.
That's what I hear anyway.
Yeah,
So
pretty much, since I don't really have anybody to talk to. People are like, so who do you talk to? The snakes. Yep.
Mhm.
How
How
many
many
do
you
you
have?
have?
Well, I noticed you said snakes. Yeah, how many you got?
Travesty.
4.
Ooh.
Oh,
What-
you
what
open up
kind?
like a reptile museum or something.
Look, and
Yeah.
look, and I'm trying not to get another one. Okay, this is really, really hard. Trying not to get another one. So I have 3 reticulated pythons and 1 boa constrictor. Everybody else is still small. Before the end, I will try to bring out a few more, but yeah. But he's the
Alright.
biggest. He's the biggest one. Othello's the biggest. He's
And
about
how big is he going to get?
that part I really don't know. Let me see. I don't know because he's pretty. Let's see. See how.
Oh, okay. He's that big already.
Oh, man.
I didn't know.
That was like a magic trick. You know, when
I
you start
didn't know he
pulling
was
out
that big.
the handkerchiefs out there. Hat.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just, what you see right here so far. I mean, what we can see on this upper part of my body.
How much
So,
does he weigh?
he weighs about 25 pounds, I think.
25?
Yeah. He feels like he weighs 100 when you're trying to carry him somewhere. So,
Yeah.
but he's dope. He is just so chill when he isn't wiggling all over the place. But he's really, really chill. And he loves the camera. He really does. He loves
I
taking
see. He's
pictures. I know, right? Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
how big is he gonna get, PJ?
I
Yeah,
have
that's
no
what I said.
idea. He's supposed to be like, he's supposed to have dwarf in him. So he may not get like 15 feet or whatever. Right now, he's about 6 feet, 6.5.
Hmm.
I'm 5'8.5", and he's longer than I am tall. So I'm just not sure.
So you said he has dwarf in him.
Right. So there's some, and now he's a male. So the males are considerably smaller than the females.
I have heard that.
So my daughter has a female, and her female is 15 feet long. So yeah. So, but the boys are a little bit smaller. So yeah. Look.
So your daughter's into snakes too.
That's who started this whole thing with PJ the Reptile Model. I modeled with one of her snakes one day about 3 years ago, and she was like, "Mom, guess what we need to do with your brand? Make you PJ the Reptile Model. Older, African American, and the snake." Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
What do you have coming up with the reptiles? What's your next modeling gig?
Let me see. Good question. Anything is liable to happen, but I am going to be doing a movie called Mother's Hustle. And so I will have the snakes in that because it'll be part of what I do. So yeah.
Mother's Hustle.
Mother's Hustle. Yes. Yeah. One of my really good friends, it's amazing. All of this started about 2.5, 3 years ago, the modeling, the snakes, getting into the music industry. I don't sing. Woo! No, I don't sing. But I stay heavily connected with those who do sing and rap. I manage an R&B artist. His name is Shaneer Wilson. He's an R&B artist, and I mean, the brother can sing. But anyway, there's a young lady. Her name is Ricochet, and I met her online like 3 years ago, and I kept trying to get people to help her, and no one would step up to the plate. So I said, look, I know I don't rap, I don't have a record label, I don't have a company, but there's some way we have to stay in touch, and we always did. And so now we found a way to collaborate. So she's doing a movie, and she asked me to be one of the key players. So yeah, Mother's Hustle.
Mother's Hustle. When did you say that was coming out?
We don't know when it's coming out. We're not sure. Well, we're going to start filming, I think, spring 2022. So we haven't done you know, I haven't filmed my portion yet. They're going to come to me, and yeah, so they're going to follow me for about a week on everything that I do, because I'm also a psych nurse by trade. That's my W-2 job. And so yeah.
You ever bring one of your snakes into the job?
Only when I think I'm going to need a day off, but not yet.
PJ, are there any other reptiles besides the snakes?
No, sir. No, just the snakes. That's all I can handle right now.
Well, Othello seems to be calming down now.
Yes, yes. He's like, wait a minute, I hear voices. Does that mean there's a look? Okay, does that mean there's a camera somewhere? Yes, Othello, there's a camera. See?
You on the camera now.
Yep. So yeah, but I love what I do. I love my craft. It's dope. It really is. It really is. We've done music videos, and you know, a lot of photo shoots, lots of photo shoots, and B-rolls in the music videos. You know, when they invite me out, they always say, we're going to give you your little role in the music video. So it'll be me and one of the snakes. So yeah.
Have you ever gone out in public with the snake? I saw it when you're not modeling or anything. Have you ever just walked around with the snake just to see what type of attention you would get?
No, because we get enough attention when I'm out with the snake modeling. We get a lot of attention when we're out, okay? So the Spider-Man,
yeah.
The picture that you put on the flyer,
right?
We were in downtown Raleigh, because I live in North Carolina. So we were in downtown Raleigh. Yeah, so we stopped traffic, foot traffic, vehicle traffic. People stop, pull out their cameras. One guy was in his work truck. He went down the street, turned all the way around, came back, stopped in the middle of the street and videotaped. When I went to the beach with the snakes, yeah, anywhere we go with the snakes, people stop. So.
And the people want to come up and hold the snake with you or touch the snake?
Yes, they want to come up. Hey, can I pet your snake? No, the wonderful question is it real? That's first.
I mean, it's moving all around. I mean, if it's not real, that's one heck of a toy, right?
That's always the first one. Then the second one, is, aren't you afraid of it? And then the other and then the other one is, will he bite? So I'm like, well, you know, people who have dogs, a little bit, but, yeah. You know, right? People who have dogs, their dogs bite. But you know, you know, we get them when they're small and just handle them a lot. You know, it's possible to get one that's kind of, I don't know, kind of rambunctious and will never stop striking at you. But I've been pretty blessed so far. The only time he strikes at the window is when he's hungry.
So when you're trying to pick out a new snake, what are some of the things to look for to make sure that you don't have a rambunctious or wild snake?
The description,
right.
Because some of the breeders will be transparent and they're pretty forthcoming, and they'll say, you know, kind of what will they say? Oh, one guy called his snake spicy. So I know what that meant. That meant move on to the next page, PJ, because you don't want a spicy snake. So it's the descriptions. And again, I like to get them when they're babies, so that way I can handle them a lot. They get used to, you know, they get used to humans handling them. So I rent them out. They work. Other people like to use them for photo shoots and things like that. And of course they say, but you're going to come with it, right? And I'm like, sure. Yeah, they don't have a driver's license yet. I definitely have to come with the snake. Yeah.
So have other models actually used your snakes?
Yes, they have.
Wow.
That's what she just said, Peter.
No, she rented them out. She said she rented them out, but what I want to know is have other females been covered in snakes?
Yes, yeah, they have, and you know, So, you know, modeling is very interesting. So, you know, I had to overcome like a lot of different obstacles. Being older, a lot of young models didn't want to do anything, nothing with me, even told other photographers, don't shoot with her. And other photographers literally did not shoot with me. So, you know, so I just kept pushing. I just kept going. And then Lynn Mobley, the photographer that shoots all of these wonderful, beautiful pictures you guys see, I reached out to him one day, and my lead-in always is I look at their page and then I'll send them a message and say, hey, I don't see any snakes on your page. And they'll write back because I don't have any. And then I'll write back, do you want one on your page? And so, but he has been so awesome. That's why you always see hashtag Lynn Mobley model, because he's been the only one that will step up to the plate and, you know, and just has taken me as his consistent model. So yeah, so, you know, I'm just like, I don't understand. Nobody wants to collaborate with me.
They're haters. I don't know. You have wonderful energy and you're beautiful, so I don't get it. I think they just mad. I think it's mad. It's all right.
Okay, y'all heard that from the millennial. Okay,
The
y'all
millennial
heard
knows
that.
all,
Okay,
especially this one.
No, I'm loving it. If that was my line of work, I'd be like, yeah, this one is dope.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, I wanted to ask this. I've been dying to ask this question.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where Othello has misbehaved during a shoot?
Nope.
Never, huh?
None of my snakes. The only thing is when we're in a new environment, right? You see how he's finally calmed down. So they like to like just move around and check things out and things like that. And that's about it. But no, I have well-behaved, conceited snakes.
Conceded, and maybe a little bit of a ham too with this one though, because he's definitely going to be.
Yes, indeed. You see how he's just chilling now with his mama. Yes. He loves this life. He loves it. And then he knows he's getting like 6 rats after this. So
that's what I wanted to ask you. So there will be some feeding time after this.
Yeah, it will be.
Well, I want to ask, where do you get these rats? There's not a pet store for rats, is there? I don't think.
You can get them at the pet store, but since I need them in bulk, I have to order them, and they are frozen thawed. So they're frozen. So yes, look at
They come live and they unthaw?
well, they come frozen. And then I just thaw them out. I let them thaw out at room temperature. And check this out. Okay, so I'm weird, guys. Okay, so I eat clean, right? So I eat organic and hormone free. So I order my rats from people who feed their rats
Organic
food.
What do rats eat?
And clean.
Anything, I guess.
And I'm telling you, you can really truly tell the difference. They're not all scruffy and raggedy and patches of hair missing like they got into a dog fight with another rat or anything. So they'll be all smooth and clean.
Yo, that's crazy.
You know, I'm just saying.
Turtles.
I was like,
For rats.
That's
just go to like the New York subway or something like that and pick up a few.
Nah, because they probably down there smoking, drinking, and whatnot. I don't need my snakes to get all woozy and whatnot from some day.
Ghetto rats. You don't want the ghetto rats.
I never thought there would ever be a day of gourmet rats, but here it is.
Here it is. That's right. So check this out, Peter. Since you have an issue with people who always showing food, I'm gonna show the snakes food from now on. Okay, how about that?
That would actually be cool.
I had an issue with that too, but if it's the snake's food, that's different. That's kind of different because because I'm not going to usually eat what he eats, so I might be like, now that's something to see.
Right.
You know what? I do though. I have an issue with people showing food that they're dining out. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too, Peter.
I don't know what the point is.
Okay, why you guys hating on the people that's out dining? Okay, they want to show you their burger.
I said you should only do it if you're a chef. If you're a chef and you made a nice dish and you want to display it, I'm a good cook. Look at this, what I did. It is okay, but if you just go to
what if we're just appreciating the chef's work?
That part,
ooh,
that part,
like,
Khadijah, that part
steak
right
and
there.
broccoli before,
No,
you know.
because you know what? Because people are going out and they're like, "Oh, look at me! I'm a big time baller. Let me show an entire plate of food. Let me show what kind of pig I am because I
You
got
know
an
what's
entire
worse?
plate of food."
Peter, you know what's worse? When they show the aftermath and all you see is the bones and stuff left. Did
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
see that?
Yeah,
It's
and you know
like,
what's even
they'll
more?
show the before and then they'll show the after they ate it. And it's like, now why you really need to show that?
Right, and you
It
know
was
what's even
good. I ate it all. Come to this
You're supposed
place.
to eat it. That's what it was there for.
but you know what's hilarious? You like most of the times you have a young lady, possibly the size of Khadijah, and she's putting it out there that she just ate forget about plate. She ate an entire platter of food. What is the point of that? What is the point of that? Look, don't mind me. I just ate 20 pounds of food.
They call it
This is
mother.
the
She's
one
saying
thing
she-
and Pete agree
She's
on.
saying she ain't no salad eating chick. That she eat. She eat.
That's it. She eat.
Come on, Sparrow. Sparrow, come on.
We got Python mukbang.
And then she could get up there and really show some really good etiquette and burp for you. I'm just saying, that's when you really show the chef.
Why does this
how
all
much
this
you
reminds
enjoy
me
the
of white
food.
chicks?
Let me just say one thing.
What you say,
Let me just
Khadijah?
say one thing. God forbid if I'm ever single, but let me just say one thing. If I'm perusing Facebook and I see a gorgeous woman and she's showing me that she just ate an entire tray of food, I'm like, yeah, that's not a cheap date. Forget it. I'm done. I'm not even going there.
Okay, so but at least think about it this way. Then you have women that you'll take on a date to an expensive place and they don't even finish their food. So at least if I'm going to take a woman out for an expensive date, it's nice to know she's gonna finish it.
Oh, no,
Well,
I agree with
you
on
know,
that.
like I'm not
Oh,
wasting
yeah,
my
I
money
want
in
you
the
to finish
outing.
it. That's a $75 dish. Please finish it. Yes,
That
I agree
part.
with you.
I'm not even gonna lie. If it's a $75 dish and she doesn't finish it, I'm reaching over with my fork. You gonna eat that? I'm taking. No other way.
Put that on Facebook.
She went able to take the rest of it home,
I'm
Peter.
good,
Why
I
you
eat
gonna
it.
go and dig in her plate like that? Really?
No, because I know she's not. Because most of the times, I don't want her to think that I'm greedy, so I'll just leave it here. That's what's going through the mind there. Travesty, am I right?
No,
takeout
it's like
plate.
me. I'm a nibbler.
A takeout plate, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you how I am, especially at a flipping cookout. I go and I make my plate.
You're gonna turn around and say, "Oh, let me take this for my snakes," and then the guy's gonna run the hell out of there.
Because I have to make my takeout plates, go put them in the car, okay? And then come back and eat. Come on now. All right, don't act like you ain't do that before. Don't act like you ain't do that before.
Listen, the best date I ever went on was to a buffet, and she bought her own Tupperware to take home, which was
All
tremendous.
right, that part. Now, see,
respect
it
that.
isn't the Tupperware for me, it's the Ziploc bags.
Oh no, you do the Ziploc bag?
Heck yeah. My pocketbook is not big enough to have no flipping Tupperware.
Oh
Ziploc
no.
bags. Yes, I'm that. Yes, I'm that ghetto chick. Yes, I am. Me and my snakes. And
Not the Ziploc bag.
Khadijah, our favorite millennial. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
No.
Ziploc.
Oh wait, what was it? I forgot. Oh
You're
yeah,
trying to
no,
go
I
in
was.
about the
It was
buffet?
about the cookout situation. Definitely before any cookout started, my mom, if we were hosting it, we would all make our plates first and then put the food out because we know once the food is out, it's going.
that at the church
All
too.
right. But all I'm saying is that there's no point for somebody to show that they're at a restaurant and showing the food that they're eating. There's no point to that. It's ridiculous.
Hey, stop hating. You
I'm
work
not
with
hating.
chicks that be hating on me. Come on now.
Chefs
No,
only.
because, you know,
Chefs only. If you are not a
Chefs
chef,
only.
don't show it.
And I'm
If
not
you're
hating, you know
don't
why?
show
Because,
it.
you know what? Because 99% of the people that show these this food that they're eating, they're not even at the restaurant. They're just copy and pasting stuff, and they're up all over what I'm
So
at.
now you talk.
I've never experienced that.
Now
one.
Peter said y'all
that's
lying
just
about
wild.
even eating the food. Oh,
Yeah,
come on,
and
Peter.
you know what? I'm gonna literally start doing it. I'm gonna literally start putting it out there on people. You're not even at the restaurant. You basically just drove by and said you're checking in to a fancy restaurant and you downloaded some pics. That's what I'm gonna do because we know
you might start something with that though, Peter. They might
I'm gonna
start showing
start
you them putting it in their mouth and all that kind of
you
stuff.
know what? I welcome it. because you know what? That food is too perfect on the plate. You already know it's too perfect.
That's how it goes.
Oh, come on.
I was supposed to look.
There's a whole art to plating food in culinary situations. So you know, it does.
Chefs only. That's why I say
if you're
chefs
on
only.
chef shows, you are. You're plating. That's the first.
I like the art. I eat the flowers. You know, the decorative flowers.
Yes, most definitely, Sparrow. Yes.
I think that is the most annoying though, when somebody cuts up a radish. Look, I made you a radish rose, and they actually put that on the menu. It comes with a radish rose. Who the fuck cares? It's a radish rose.
And with those expensive dishes, that's all you're paying for is the expensive rose. You're not even paying
and then at the end, they bring. Wait, what was that, Sparrow? Go ahead. I couldn't hear you. What was it?
It's the experience. You pay for the bougie experience, and then you pull out your Ziploc and your Tupperware, and then you get ghetto with it at the end. That's how you do it. You pay for the experience, and then you pack up food.
That's it.
And then you know, but this bitch, I would polish a plate. You could take me to a restaurant. I guarantee you would eat. Your money's worth will come out of that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm going out on a date, not that I'm saying I am, but if I'm going out on a date, I want to eat. I want to know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I really know right now. And if she polishes off an entire steak, more power to her. Like, you know what? Boom, there you go. That's a woman who can eat.
I have no problem with the women eating, you know.
But I do have a problem if there's an entire trough of food on the table. That's gonna be I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna get that's gonna be expensive.
That's true.
But PJ, question for you. When you do date, do you let people know that you have snakes at the house?
Who dates? Nobody's trying to date me.
Why? Because of the snakes?
I have no idea. I really have nobody tries to take me out on a date.
We need to show
nobody trying to take me anywhere. All they want is some free booty. That's all they want. And no. Did I go left? My bad.
No, you can go left, right. You can go left, right.
You went right. You went to the truth. Men are cheap. Yes, they got cheap with some.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
They think they ain't got to work for it.
Those are millennial
access made everything easy.
Everything it's all right. Hey, it's all about, I'm not trying to get in a relationship right now. Let's just see how it goes. But
so say hi to your right hand.
Right, that part. So I'm just like, oh, okay, but you want to do what relationship people do though.
You know something. Right. Let me tell you, PJ. For real. What you should do in this situation is that you should invite the person over and then say, let me get a little more comfortable and come out with Othello on. That person will run.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I didn't sign up for this.
I don't know. It's something. I don't know. I mean, I'm alone. I'm not lonely, but I'm just saying.
Everyone needs somebody. We all need people. We need companionship. And then I agree. Men are very these days like, they don't have to work hard for the poo-poo. And if you're a woman who values yourself, it's very difficult to find what you need out there.
It is.
And, because
I do think PJ, I'm sorry y'all, I came a little late, but I'm in the car on the way home. But your energy is infectious, and I think like anyone who's watching or sees you will attract the right person. Like,
thank you.
All these little folks aside, these little bums who trying over here get the nookie without even trying to put in the bed. There's somebody who's willing to have that snake on their shoulders, taking pictures and modeling with you.
Let me just say one thing about the booty situation here, okay? Because I'm married and I still have to work hard for that booty. Right?
Even harder.
Lie about that.
Once the ring's on, it's even harder.
Because that ring means ownership. She owns you. Okay, yeah. I am owned right now.
Yeah, but you don't mind being owned. You guys, you're a power couple, right? You're working together, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. Or at least a conversation, but it's amazing how, the conversation could just be one-sided and then It doesn't matter what I have to say. It doesn't matter what I need. You know, it doesn't matter if I have a broken toilet, or if the mailbox is falling over, or if the tires are flat on the car, or whatever. All you hear is, oh, well, I hope you get everything fixed. So what you doing? Can I come over?
I had a guy trying to tell me he'll take care of me and my kids once, and I was like, yeah. And then he wanted me to go out with him to the club, and then he tried to order, and I was like, and I needed dish soap, and I didn't want to leave the kids home, so I was like, you know what? On your way through, passing through to go to the club, can you pick up some dish soap and, you know, drop it off? And then he's like, I can't, I'm broke. Like,
wow. I did not allocate that in my budget. I did not allocate dish soap for your family in my budget.
That part from Dollar Tree at that.
He said, I'm nipping this in the butt right here.
Wash your asses.
From Dollar Tree. I'm just saying, like, really?
Yeah.
I think technology plays a big part in that. Like, you create things like Grindr, Tinder, whatever. I don't know, people just forget when they can just have it in 2.5, and then not to mention things like, I don't know, Pornhub, where you just have access to sex like 24/7.
Look, let me just say this. I will go out and I will go on record and say this. A woman of color will make you work a lot harder than a white woman. I'm telling you.
It's also protecting ourselves. Right. And Black women also have been like sexualized and big, like we're vixen, and they were always deemed to be in like women you don't really treat on a pedestal. So it's like, I think maybe that could be like our little rhetoric of just trying to ensure people see our value, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. Let me just interject for a little bit too. Like, okay, you have to look at how many of us really had our dads, because, you know, it really starts there. It starts when you're little, because you need to know how a man is supposed to treat you when you see how your dad treats your mom, right? But if you didn't have your dad in the home, then you don't know how you're supposed to be treated per se.
And people are cruel to single moms.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. And you know, but even today, and I don't like to consider myself as somebody who has daddy issues, right? So, but my dad, like he doesn't even, like he was never there, even though he was there physically. But even now, like as I'm older, he will say like little subliminal things about my Facebook page, but will never like anything on there. And I'm like, okay, so you're still non-supportive. So, you know, so we have different little hurdles that we have to get over, and then we just have to figure it out and try to find out and, you know, try to work it out ourselves. But then when you don't have a strong mate on your side as an adult, you know, so that's how you just end up like, okay, well, it is what it is.
I just also want to say that, you know, growing up in a house where my father was there, the man was asleep at 4 o'clock every afternoon. Woke up for dinner. The man woke up for dinner, had dinner, went back to sleep, and then the next day I would see him, how you feeling? I'm just not getting enough sleep. The man slept for 15 hours a day. But,
wow.
Let me just say this about that, because my father really just didn't want to hear my mother, so he would just nod at everything. So my mother really ran the house, you know, so I'm not even going to lie on that. So it depends. You're right about the father. The father has a big bearing on a lot of things, but
especially with girls. I mean, you know, seriously, when it's time to, especially with girls, yeah, with boys, teaching them how to fix cars and do things, but especially with girls, you know, I mean, it's imperative to have a strong father figure. Then that way you're just not out there running around, just not knowing what to do or just giving yourself to anybody.
I think it's important to point out our struggles and what we have to face. But this is why I stick up and say things like, you know, because honestly, we sound jealous. If we attack the white woman for being valued the way she was valued, we sound jealous of that, because we understand the issue is that we weren't valued. And you shouldn't attack a woman I feel like women, we should all stick together no matter where we come from.
That's right.
And to attack a woman who understands her value, because we weren't valued the same. You know, I experienced that personally on a daily basis where, you know, I tried to uplift my sisters, and a lot of sisters out there, they didn't have the chance, parents doing stuff to them since they were kids, and God knows what else they had to endure. So I understand their envy and their jealousy and their hatred, but it's, you know, how do we nurture the healing aspect within each other?
Okay, how you just said how you lift up your black no matter what the woman is. I think, first of all, I'm probably never will, don't care to attack a white woman, but it would be nice if, as women collectively, the white women come over to us and be like, all right, so ladies, this is how you do this. This is how we can all move together.
Wait a minute, Khadijah, hold on. I respect that, Khadijah, but let's be real here. White women in general are trying to look like a woman of color, a black woman. They're trying to get tan. They're getting the butt implants. They're trying to get everything a black woman already has.
But that's also my question is, well, who really has the jealousy, I guess?
I've seen these white girls have their daddies, and I've seen them still have issues, you know, because there's so many, you know, in a white culture, everything has to be presented in a neat package. And these girls have to maintain a certain facade at constant, and that stress that they go through, I see it tear them down, and then they go, wow, that's the wild side you see in those white girls, because that whole perfect image, white picket fence image, they're representing the family, and there's that own pressure. And then if there's family skeletons, and Black people will air out our skeletons a little more. But like, yeah, don't touch her, talk to her, she ratchet. But you know, over there, you know, it's not like that. They keep that quiet. And then I've watched that consume these women, and I've watched them.
I agree with you on that. And guess what? They can't find an identity. And what do they identify with? They identify with being a strong Black female, strong woman of color.
So I think we could all teach each other something.
Well, listen, let's be real. White women are chasing the same thing now. They want to get collagen injections in their lips. They want to get a tiny waist. They want big butt. They want big boobs. They want everything that a woman of color mostly has already. So getting back to what Khadijah was saying, who's jealous of who? Let's be real. I really feel the white female these days is definitely jealous of the sister. But I'm just saying. And I've seen it,
and they also know how to weaponize the racist card too. They'll call the cops on a sister, knowing that, you know, purposely use the passive aggressive nature. That's their way of fighting. Is reputation tear down and passive aggression.
Is that's like the divide. It's like, if we're all sisters or we all women, why is the Black, the Hispanics, and why are we still sticking together, but they haven't, you know, joined in?
And it's like, and also recognizing that we're all, that comes the humility of like, we're all the same. And I think there could be a part where they're like, well, actually, we have always been perceived that we're above. So how am I now in a group? I had to classify y'all as sisters or something. So I wonder if that's like, I'm curious.
A part of it, I think definitely.
Well, you know what, we gotta hold that until the next episode really quickly, because it's almost that magic time already. High school principal right now is apologizing for the lack of sportsmanship because her team whooped another team 106-0. Okay, but she's apologizing because her team kicked the crap out of the other team. I mean, should you be apologizing for that, really? What's the point of that?
I remember they used to do that though in basketball though. I remember that. Like, you don't just abolish.
You're supposed to stop playing.
Politics with basketball is all about good sportsmanship.
A bunch of bullshit. It's all about the win, and we know it. Once you get into high school, it's all about
winning. You can't look like brutes winning.
Well, right, you could have won 60-0. You ain't had to score 106 and going like.
Why not?
Like, no, I think that's the exact reason why everybody is so sensitive now.
They took it from I'm gonna kick your ass to I'm gonna slap box you.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Come on. Let's be real here. You know, this is high school football now. There's nothing bigger than that in the high school world. Friday Night Lights, whatever the hell you want to call it. It never really took off in New York. There's not a lot of Friday Night Lights in New York because New York doesn't really give too much of a shit of high school football. But in these other states, they do. And the fact is, if your school really whooped up on the other school, so be it. This is competition. This isn't Little League anymore. There's no more shaking hands. I think it's ridiculous that she did that. And on top of that, the ESPN sportscaster, Dick Vitale, actually criticized the coach. He said he should be fired. Are you kidding me? The coach should be fired.
She should be fired.
And that's what he said.
My kid.
That's how he talks.
Like, I mean, remember that.
You were in competitive basketball. Christy was in competitive basketball. Wilhelmina, you were in competitive basketball. You're telling me that if you whooped up on a team that you should feel badly about doing it?
Actually, no, my basketball coach, even though he was a racist dick, he was still a good coach in that aspect. Coach Atkins, I will never forget him. He was cool, but his thing was work our asses for 3 hours of practice. So this way, 45 minutes of a game, we was just breezing and skipping through it like it was nothing. So we demolished everyone. Right. We played with I had this girl named Nicole Kazmarsky. She was on our team and everything.
Kazmarsky.
Yeah, she was like the white blonde Jordan of basketball. And yeah, she was good. And we even had nicknames. I was Mama Leone. There was Powder. She was blonde hair, platinum hair, blue eyes. You know, we had
Mama Leone, where did that come from? But you got some Italian in you we don't know about.
Some Space Jam situations going on.
We know in the distant yonder family, you know, somewhere tucked away in the corners of the mind, like saying bye.
Let me just go back into this. We were all in competitive sports at one point in our life, and we were taught it would annihilate the other team. That was it.
Yeah, we was encouraged to destroy and conquer.
We definitely did. But
you guys all played sports. I'm sorry. I'm just because he just said we were all in competitive sports, and I'm like, I definitely was not growing up. You could find me in the library reading a book, drawing.
Actually, I didn't either. I just, I played on the street.
Let me ask. Hey, Petey. Is it possible that she wasn't really apologizing as opposed to throwing shade? I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry. My team's better than yours. I'm sorry.
No, as a matter of fact, she wasn't throwing shade. And on top of that, the county is actually doing an investigation as to why this team whooped up so badly. But what really made me laugh about this, what really pissed off the other team is apparently the coach did a 2-point conversion to make it get to that score because he was going to break the record. But still, though, what's the point? I look at it like this: you whooped the other team's ass, and that's it. We're not saying sorry.
This is basketball, right?
Hey, look, even in the pro sports, they get sensitive with that too, though.
Wait, 100.
I remember the Patriots beat up on somebody some years back. And they said, they didn't have to score the extra touchdown, and they was all mad and stuff. So.
I'm sorry, the score was 104-0, and the coach did a 2-point conversion so he could break the record in football.
You sure this is football, not basketball?
Oh, no, it's football.
What did they do? Sit on the field
and meditate
while they went and scored?
That is a lot of. I mean, you just threw the ball. You just a field goal. Like seriously, 7 points go into.
Maybe they were wearing the same color uniform.
Well, look, the bottom line
they'll probably accuse everybody of being on steroids now.
This kid, though, the quarterback for that team is already got a full ride to UCLA. He's already heading there. That's how great he is.
Just do a playoff. You know what? Take it back to the field. Just show everyone out. Show them that you can bring it back. Everyone loves it. America loves an underdog, and then put that in the paper. What?
There's no underdog there. That team just got whooped. That was a bunch of scrubs.
That team sucks. They may need to cancel the rest of their season. They may be done.
Yeah, the ref wasn't calling shit. The ref wasn't calling things.
Well, maybe they were paid to get 0.
I don't know.
Might have a blue chip situation here.
But you know what's funny? In the Olympics, let me just say this though. In the Olympics, when our dream team first went in basketball, I remember when they played Egypt, they beat Egypt like 100 and something to like 10, okay? And there was no shaking hands. We whooped everybody's ass. So the bottom line is very simple. The bottom line is this is competitive now, and no one should apologize for whooping the other team's ass. That's it, done.
And not these days. These days, people don't like seeing people winning.
They don't. That's why
They
they give.
certainly do not.
The victim or the loser. You
That's
have
why.
you have to play the victim or the loser. If you're a winner, they'll humble your ass by making you a loser somehow.
That's why they give 9th place medals. Congratulations for coming in 9th place. Really, the 9 people you came against. Are you serious right now? Really?
No, this is just random.
Economy's to shit. We're spending money on losers.
But I just did have a realization of that I did bowl. I forgot about that. I didn't.
Right.
I haven't. It wasn't.
All right. So you did bowl. All right. Well, speaking of that, before we go, do we have a millennial report, Khadijah? Our favorite millennial?
Well, it was one thing. Now it's another. Really quick. I guess going back to the whole conversation and topic of dating. All right. If it's crappy as a millennial, me right now, what is it going to look like for the generation under us? That's going to have to be really sucky because they're growing up in front of technology. How do they speak? I don't know. I was speaking to my brother today, and my sister's like, he can't hear you. He has his headphones in. I'm like, okay, cool. But then when you do speak to him, it's like one word answers are short. It's like, it's like, fine. Okay. Like, can I get some substance? Like, can you please? And me, growing up reading books, I get a little annoyed when I ask a question and it's short because books are full of details. I'm like, you got so many words that you could be using to communicate this, but I don't know. First of all, I don't have to, and then I don't even know if like I don't know. Like, what is that really gonna look like? 2 people in a room just texting each other back and forth.
sitting on the bed,
even though they're sitting
other.
next to each other.
Yes,
you want to go on eat? Yeah, I do. Sends a link.
You see it in the restaurant.
A bunch of emoji. Datings these days for Zoomers is emojis of eggplant, bananas, depending on the race you're with, and then and the little kiss. That's how dating Zoomers is these days. So anything longer than that, if it's a full sentence or a paragraph, you're crazy. You're emotionally unstable because the text message is meant to fit only a few words. So getting to know a person is nearly impossible.
Well, you know
what? Culture is on a whole nother level.
Well, I'm worried too because now Zuckerberg is coming up with something called the metaverse, where you can be fully immersed in a world and go anywhere you want, but still, like, why? This is like
Elon Musk and Zuckerberg.
I don't want
Elon Musk is like God's angel, and Zuckerberg is like, I sold my soul to the devil. So he's like, I'm gonna take as many souls with me through my technology. And Elon Musk is like,
free. Yeah, it's like American Gods. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that show, where it's like the classic gods, the traditional gods versus the new and what's going on.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's what we're choosing to do with technology and how we're transforming. It could be, I think, a great thing, but it does, I notice a lot more. People are colder due to technology, and it's hard to make connections. It's hard to, it's easy to connect to each other electronically these days, but harder to make a genuine connection with anybody. If you try to even expose yourself or make yourself vulnerable, they Zoomers call it cringe. You're hashtag cringe. So yeah.
You know what?
And air goes, no relationships unless it's about sex.
Well,
you don't have to use a lot of words there either.
Hashtag give me some. Then you're not even doing it right.
We could go ahead and touch on that, but right now it is the magic time. Sparrow, we'll get back to that. It's the magic time, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start the sign off. PJ the Reptile Model, we want to thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well,
you and Othello.
To work with you one day.
It looks like I think we might have bored Othello a little bit because it looks like he fell asleep. But anyway.
No, he's still here.
He said all these women talking here.
He said once you guys diverted away from rats, that was it. Yeah, and he doesn't like people taking advantage of his mama, just using her for whatever. So he was like, eh.
Well, I'll tell you what, PJ, if you want to go ahead and give us a sign off, go ahead and give us your shout out information.
My shout out information, everybody, is Peej Johnson, PEEG JOHNSON on Facebook, and PJ Pamely, PJPAMALEE on IG. Check us out. I appreciate you guys so much. I look forward to coming back and being with you guys again. If you'll have us on the show. Sparrow, Khadijah, Travesty, Your Majesty, Christy, Pete, the hater of all food pics. I'm just saying it.
Well, listen, we enjoyed having you on, and thank you so much for coming on. Khadijah, our favorite millennial, your sign off, please.
Peace, love, and happiness. Thanks for joining. I got some laundry I gotta go get from the laundry. I just left it there. I was like, well.
Wait a minute. Do they use coins or is it a card now?
It is a card, a laundry card. I have to use my debit card to put money on a laundry card to wash the clothes. It's like, let me use my debit card at the machine.
Ridiculous.
No.
Ridiculous. The world.
What happened to the quarters? Just stick the quarters in there, push the thing in there. Like, what's up?
What about the quarters? What happened to the tokens? We used to have tokens in the.
Oh yeah. Now see,
God.
you're going way back now.
All right, Christy, over to you, Christy.
All right, be good, everyone. Stay safe. You know, have fun. Oh no, you always say wear the mask, but I always say stay safe. So
thank you for your service, Christy.
Yes.
Of course, thank you. Thank you for your support.
All right, Sparrow, you're up.
Hey, Sparrow here, signing off. Of course, go check out what we're doing at sparrowinternational.us, promoting for a building for NYC Art Cipher and Created for You Artists Markets. So our Christmas extravaganza, check it out.
That's dope.
All right, everybody, I just want to say, wear your mask, be safe.
Travesty isn't going to say anything?
I got one line.
One line.
I just want now that I've been interrupted by PJ the Reptile.
I'm sorry. I'm rude like that. What can I say? You
I do the
invited me.
final
So
sign
what?
off. I do the final sign off.
I just want to say no high school team should apologize for obliterating another high school team, and Travesty, over to you.
All right, everybody, we out.